Hello guys, welcome back to LF4 Academy. In this game, we'll be doing a review on a game by Lance Lee playing Kahleed with his James Bond account. So Lance teams up with his squad mate, Trash, who plays Vexana as the mid laner. So previously, Lance has been focusing using high loss for both Roma and the EXP laner role. I've encouraged Lance to expand his hero pool for better drafting, and I'm glad to see he's willing to step out of his comfort zone. So many players just focus on one hero, especially non-meta heroes, in pursuit of hero rankings. It is honestly not that advisable. What I really suggest is to have a big hero pool, so you can actually pick different heroes in different situations. And then as Mobile Legends is a team game, it's good to expand your hero pool for a team to gain an advantage during the drafting stage. So in this game, it's Lance's first rank game using Kahleed. Let's see what mistakes he's making. And also in our 4 Academy, we focus on helping you avoid making mistakes and developing bad habits as your enemies will capitalize on them. So without further ado, let's start the video. So at the verse, I paused at this very beginning of this video because I feel that what Lance is doing here is a very good move. Cutting the wave at level 1. Also, if you back a little bit, I think just now he managed to spot the jungler at the red buff. Okay, just watch it from the start again. So okay, spamming his S1 to go to the lane. Good. So here I like how he actually went to the enemy's raid first, and he identified that the CC is doing raid. Good. In lower level games, like games like this, perhaps at level 1, he can just disturb the CC. Oh, sorry, it's a CC XP. Then why the CC is doing the raid? Oh, probably he's helping the jungler. Wait, so what Lance could have done here is after cutting the lane and identifying that the jungler is at the raid, what could have been done here is that he could have went to the raid buff and checked the raid and perhaps disturb the jungler a little bit. So try to make use of the priority that you have, okay? Especially after you cut the lane. Really very much advisable that you should pressure the jungler. There, right here. Right here, when you cut your lane, you see you have a few seconds that you can do something to the other lanes, even going to the mid lane or either going to the mid lane or to the jungler, both is fine. So whenever you cut a lane, don't stay in the lane because you have already cut the lane. There's no point for you to stay in the lane and 1v1 the laner. The purpose of cutting a lane is so that you have priority to go to other parts of the map and apply pressure to other parts of the map. The purpose of cutting a lane, I repeat, is to leave your lane and help the other parts of the map. So after cutting a lane, please do not stay the lane. Go and pressure jungler, pressure mid lane, both is fine. Sorry, I have a little bit issues of fast forwarding this video. I have no reason why. I have no idea why. So you can see in the minimap, the enemy team actually took Little Wanderer. What Lance could have done also is went for the Little Wanderer to help. So there's a lot of things to help in the early game, such as the Little Wanderer or pressuring his red buff. Anything but staying in the lane after cutting the wave. So I'll say this is actually a tough lane for Kahleed against CC. Not that favorable, more favorable to CC. Okay, very fortunate. Lance Sim is here ganking the CC. So whenever you're low on HP and you have your S2, yes, just use your S2. Don't doubt. Don't hesitate. Okay, good, making the CC low. So this mage is doing what most high tier rank mages will do. Going to the EXP lane, clearing EXP with the EXP to get both level 4, which is very good. Oh my god, Lance. Ultimate spell can be better. There is honestly no reason to ultimate there as well, because I would very much rather the jungler start the turtle first, wait for the Suyo to come, then use ultimate plus flicker on the Suyo. So try to zone the jungler more as an EXP lane. As an EXP lane for the first turtle, what you want to do is really to zone out the enemy's jungler. Don't let the enemy jungler go near to the turtle, so that they won't have a chance to use retribution to steal the turtle. Okay, clearing the lane. So as an EXP lane, like I mentioned, if there are fights happening around the map, right, always go and join the fights. Like, before this, you can see that Lance team is gathering at the red buff. That it shows signs that a team fight might start over the red buff. So whenever you see indicators or like signs that a team fight might start, as an EXP lane, leave your lane and go immediately to the fight, because you want to be there in every team fight. Okay, cutting the lane, good. So cutting the lane is very good as an EXP lane. This gives you the priority to move as fast as possible. But why is this... The clearing of the wave is too slow, Lance. Try to use your S1 more. Getting my saber. So I can't really see Lance item here, but I have no idea why, but he looks pretty squishy. Not sure if it's the emblem or the item. I'm pretty sure Kahleed shouldn't not like this. Even by going... What you should have itemized here is like Warren Boots, Thunderbell, and the emblem he should be using is custom tank emblem. Not sure if he's using the correct emblem. I honestly don't think that he should melt like this. Okay, going to the mid, clear the mid, good, then top lane. So this rotation is good. Going to the mid lane first. Always prioritize your mid lane. Mid lane is the most important lane of the game. Ultimate usage is a huge problem in this game. I can see. Really, execution of ultimate spell is not that precise, I'll say. Aiming of the spell can be much better. So in team fight, don't hesitate to use ultimate plus flicker. Usually good Kahleeds for ultimate plus flicker to help your ultimate spell to land. And if you are using your ultimate spell on a melee hero in a melee range, you can honestly just tap your ultimate. Don't need to aim so far behind. Because Kahleed ultimate spell casting is pretty quick. So usually it will land on a melee hero as long as you tap it. So here, what I will suggest after clearing the lane, you can see that there is so much time wasted. What you could have done here after clearing that minion wave is to start playing the mid lane. Okay? Reason being is because if you go to the mid lane now, if the CC stays at the top lane, okay? Even though if you down your top tower, but you take their mid tower, you will still... It's a win. I'll say it's a win in trading towers. The mid tower is always the most important tower, and it affects the game the most. Because when you down the mid tower, the majority of the map area will be open. There's more map pressure on the enemy. So if you can trade the mid tower for the top tower, it's always good to trade. So here, a few seconds, doing nothing at the top lane. What could have done better is really go to the mid lane. You can see that Lance's team is all going to bottom lane to fight. So he should have went to the mid lane much earlier. So you kind of get the idea to go to the mid lane now, but it can be done much earlier. Nevertheless, it's still good to identify that he needs to go to the mid lane. Also, adding of spells is in the mess as well. Why is your S1 and S2 the same levels? So always remember to max one spell first. Don't balance your spells like this. Okay, running. So what can be done here also is that since you have already walked towards the bottom lane, if you look at the minimap, the bottom lane is fighting. Don't go back to the mid lane. Continue walking to the bottom lane. Join the team fight at the bottom lane. Okay, clearing the mid. You see the mini-map. Even the CC has rotated to bottom lane. You should have went to bottom lane much earlier. So I feel like the idea is there, the gameplay is there, but it can be done much faster. You need to react much faster. Okay, clearing the mid. Going top to clear. Okay, fine. Here I would suggest really go back to the mid lane, help the mid lane. Okay, good. So when you go to the mid lane, right, there's two options. Number one, you can go back to the top lane, or help a jungler do turtle. Number two, what I suggest is you can rotate the bottom lane as well. Always remember you can always go to the goal lane to help the goal lane set up a dive. Don't need to always think so one-dimensional to go back to your lane. At the end of the day, remember your goal laner is always the one that will carry the hardest. So help your goal laner as much as possible, even as an EXP lane who is like at the opposite end of the map. Whenever you rotate to mid, if you feel there's a chance to go to the goal lane and help the goal lane, please go to the goal lane. You see, the goal lane now is having a fight again. Could have been there to kind of help them a little bit, you know. So you can see that if you always rotate back to top lane, you're not getting any action, you're not having any fights, you're not having any team fights that you want. So really try to ignore top lane as much as possible. And if you're playing with a jungler friend, then it's even much better, because usually I will ask my jungler friend to take over the EXP lane and farm the EXP lane. So I get that in this game, or it's a pub jungler, the pub jungler might not know how to take over the EXP lane. So okay, I can close one eye. But just remember, in MLVP, a lot of videos I have mentioned before as well, try not to react, okay? So instead of going back to this top lane, defending this top lane, really what you can do is go to goal lane, fight the goal lane, trade the goal lane tier 1 tower or the goal lane tier 2 tower for your top tier 1 tower if the CC stays the lane and down it. So the upside, there's more upsides than downside in doing this, because when you go to the goal lane, you get kills. You get kills plus a tower. And what this CC does, if he stays the lane and does not rotate the goal lane, he only get a tower, nothing else. So trading the towers is really fine. Please rotate the goal lane more. Okay, so Lance finally left his lane, good. So I really feel that Lance has the general idea, but he can do it much earlier. So I can see that Lance is like making effort. You see, every time I mention that he should leave, he eventually left the lane, but he could have done it earlier. So Lance, you really need to leave the lane earlier. You have the general idea, but you need to think faster and react faster, move faster. And same thing, ultimate spell usage is not that precise. Need to practice more in it. I mean, nevertheless, it's Lance, I think, first or second game of Kahleed. So, same thing about Lance, I always feel is that his rotations is always there, not bad. Getting there, getting to the 100% level, improving every game, but the mechanics still need to practice more on himself. Okay, helping the jungler, getting the lot, good. Okay, working on the jungler. So I'll say that in this game, when there is a saber with the enemy, you really need to try and protect your goal lane as well. So always remember, the two vulnerable heroes in your team is the mage and the gold lane. So both of them needs protection. If your mage has your roam protecting him, then you should go protect your gold laner. If your gold laner has your roam protecting him, then you should protect your mage. So these Aulus can be left alone, because if the saber goes for him, probably he's actually able to kill the saber instead. But if the Beatrix is left alone and the saber goes for the Beatrix, it's very hard for the Beatrix to actually survive. So the main part I want to really put, the main part I really want to bring out here is that the gold laner in every game is really the MVP of the game, the VIP of the game. Please protect your gold laner and help them more so that they can scale and carry you in the late game. So even when I play trio queue, dual queue, I will still make it a habit to help my pub gold laner. So even how bad a gold laner is, right? There is still some mechanics in them. I mean, all they have to do is just stand there and shoot. As long as you help them, even though they are very bad or like they don't even know how to play, as long as just stand there and press one button and shoot, they will do some damage and they will carry in the late game. So yeah, I think really just treat your gold laner as a VIP. Assist them as much as possible. So here you can cast S2. I feel whenever your HP is like half of what and your S2 is up, just use it. Don't need to hesitate. S2 can be used more frequently, much earlier. Okay, saber, good. So Lance actually requested me to end the video after the second lot, because I think the whole video is very long itself. So the second lot is coming up. Let's just watch a bit more, and I think I'm gonna end this video. Honestly, the really main points of this video is okay, let's talk about it again at the end of the video. I think it's much better if I do a summary at the end instead of like randomly doing it now. Okay, Lance team is doing the lot. Enemy team is not contesting it. Honestly, this game not much action. Game pretty much one-sided. Hilda going in. Okay, let's watch this last fight. Okay, Saber came to the side. Lance, where are you going? Please don't do this as an EXP lane. Your team is fighting. Your Beatrix has intentions to continue the fight. Play with your Beatrix, play with your team. Remember, as an EXP lane, you're like a secondary room. Try and stay with your team more. You shouldn't be doing the side waves. The side waves should always be left to either your jungler or your gold laner. Try to really avoid doing this. If you're playing a jungler or gold laner, then yes, you should do this. But as an EXP, really learn how to play with your team more and protect your team more. Be your team's guardian angel, you know. Don't do this lah. I mean, it's okay. It's actually good that Lance did this, okay, because nobody in his team wanted to set a top wave. Setting the top wave now is very good because he can push in with the 3 waves. But as an EXP lane, it's not his job to set. It's honestly the jungler's job to set. So I will say, yes, it's the correct move to push out the top, but it's honestly not the EXP lane's job. It's the jungler's job. So there's right and there's wrong here lah. So I think more of maybe the jungler's fault because the jungler is not clearing. So Lance took the initiative to clear. So okay, fine, good. Okay, so I will end this video here. What I really want to point out in this video is that number one, cutting off waves. Always remember the main purpose of cutting off waves is to leave the lane. So once you have cut the wave, what you really want to do is you want to leave the lane, either invade their jungle, disturb their jungle, apply pressure to the jungle, or go to the Little Wanderer, or go to mid lane and disturb the mid laners. Number 2, whenever you go to mid lane after clearing the top lane, or sorry, whenever you rotate to mid lane after clearing the wave in your EXP lane, try to see if there's opportunity to go to the goal lane and set up a dive to the goal lane, or even have the goal lane gank. Ganking the goal lane, diving the goal lane is always better than rotating back to your EXP lane. So the proper gameplay really is to rotate the goal lane instead of going back to EXP lane. And lastly, ultimate usage for Kahleed can be really much better. Need more practice. Try to use your ultimate with your flicker. So usually it's ulti plus flicker, ulti then flicker. That is the correct combo. And S2 can be casted much more frequently as long as your HP is, I would say, maybe 50 to 60%. Roughly around there, you can start using S2. And rotations can be much faster. So I think I can see that you're getting the grasp of the game, understanding the game so much better now. But you need to identify it much earlier. So I can really see the efforts putting in by Lance to rotate. Honestly, he has grown so much, he has improved so much. So nevertheless, I'm very proud of Lance. I think he has come a far way. He has learned a lot. So yeah, if you guys want to improve fast, learn fast as well, do not hesitate to contact us. There is a Telegram group chat linked in the YouTube description below. We not only offer coaching services there, we also have 500 plus Singaporean members. If you guys are looking for a good team to play with, good players to play with, you can always feel free to join our Telegram group chat. And from there, you can then DM me directly as well. I'll be there to answer all your questions. Also, if you're looking for pro items, builds, and or emblems, do visit ly4ly4ly4.com. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much. Have a great day and goodbye.